Um, okay, so, yes, so today we're just gonna live workshop um, some Chromebook uh, status dashboard reports. So let me get my screen to something that makes sense, um, so that we can all kind of start at the same place. And then I will share it. Yes, little dog's name is Senka Jet, and Senka is Serbian for black, uh, and she is Chihuahua pug, and so she gets very nervous when people leave the house. All right. So I just went ahead and started creating it in Renton's dashboard, and if we get it working, then I will copy it to our consortia folder. So one of the things, I know that we talked about this last week when I was talking about dashboards, is if you open a dashboard that you find somewhere and say, "Oh, I really like this," and you save as, it does not bring all of the reports and prompts over. That is why from this catalog page, if you find something that you like, you have to do the more and copy, and then paste it into the folder where you want it to live. So just a little reminder, I was getting excited this morning and like saved a bunch of dashboards instead of copying them. And then I was like, dope. So that was fun. Okay, so I started this dashboard and I generically called it available equipment, so that it could have multiple tabs if people have multiple types of equipment that they want to have stuff on. Um, Page one is empty, and then we have the Chromebooks tab, and so it's real basic, just started it. And this is all of the process types, and the 4 different titles that they have, and then the number of holdings. So hopefully this kind of matches what Laura was expecting to see, as far as like so the none on process type should be the ones that are sitting there ready to be checked out, presumably. Although this is exactly why we're going to workshop this. And then for them, the missing is because their tech folks bought hundreds, delivered some to them to check out. And since they didn't know which exactly they were getting, they put the status for all of the records they created into missing. And then when they checked out, obviously they come out of missing, so they would know which ones were actually delivered. And then the none should be the ones then that went out, came out of missing, and then were checked back in. So they're not in a process, they're just sitting there. So I'm trying to get this process prompt to work so that we can say process is not missing. And for some reason it won't apply. So workshop time. I'm going to go into edit dashboard. So you can see it's a super simple page. Here's the Chromebook available report, and then here's the process prompt. And I'm going to show you the Chromebooks available report, because then I was also thinking that in addition to available, because I know other schools are looking for a way to figure out whether it is faculty or staff or a student who has an item out, that I'd create another report today during this if we had time, where we could see if we can't figure that out. Okay, so the criteria that I used titles and physical items for the subject areas. I used title measures and went with number of holdings that are active. So those are ones that are not deleted. And then I like double checked it here against their title, and I used a keyword of Chromebook. And so I could see that, like, okay, there are 4 power supplies, there are 14 HP ones, and like, does that look right? Why, yes, it does. So that was kind of exciting. And then under bibliographic details, I used title, which is, obviously way down here. And I also created a filter on that title so that we're just getting back the Chromebook. So this is where you could take this report and turn it into a calculator report. Dry erase markers, anything you check out. If you basically know a title keyword that you use for that piece of equipment, you could very quickly and easily change this to show you how many active holdings you have for that item. If you have used different types of bibliographic details to identify them, you could certainly use that as well. I was trying to go with like, what is the most super simple thing that I can figure out. And then the process type was the one that is of specific interest to Renton, because they were interested in what is not missing. Rather than put the filter of not missing here in the report, because I figured, she might like to be able to tell both numbers, I went ahead and left that off, which is why I was trying to get that prompt to work. So we're going to go to the prompt. And and this might be what it is that it was set to work on the dashboard and I only need it to work on the page. But I'm also going to show you, save. So this is what I think is the problem. It's applying it to page 1, and I don't want it to apply to page 1. But we'll try. But maybe that's just a name, and so I can stop confusing myself. Show apply, show reset. That's the display. So so prompt for column, and so this is where it tells me what it's filtering. And wish it could make a larger field, but it's physical item details and process type. I've given it the label of process type, which is just the default. Operator is not equal to, and then this is where I got a little tricky. So there are actually more process types than just loan, lost, missing, and none. But since I knew that those, well, I suspected those were the ones that were relevant, instead of doing include all column values, I selected those specific values. I'm not going to do a default selection. I don't know what that variable thing means. And I'm not going to make it required since the full thing could be useful without filtering it out. Okay, so that seems right. And you can see the preview down here. Process is not great. Yeah, I guess I'll try this. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done new column. And then we'll try.
There's a little edit button in the display section. Does that do anything?
I don't know. Let's go back. Okay.
Yeah, down in the bottom section where the display box, there's a pencil there. Is that basically the same thing?
It is just the display thing. So if you want to change where the label is, rapid set. So yay, did that. Well, and so I was like, maybe I need to add a column prompt. Or I don't want to open a prompt from the catalog. The other thing that I was looking at on the page was there was something about prompt length. And I don't know what that is. Oh, so let's run and see what that was, maybe. Okay, equipment available. Not missing. Apply. Oh, it allows you to put literally the edit link in the dashboard. Okay, well, helpful for when you are workshopping and want to switch back and forth quickly. So where would this be? So it's not, it's for the page. Not a page break. Okay. I wonder if there's something on page one that come on. Okay, so back on page one, I started building it out and there wasn't anything. But I wonder if I mean, this would be annoying, but I wonder if we can get it to work if I put the prompt. There's a, okay. well, I hid that page, so. Nope, okay. Okay, settings, dashboard properties, and maybe this is where. Not gonna hide.
I think you have to put, I think you have to put filter in the actual report. Like this field is prompted.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, that's it. Naoko to the rescue. Okay, yes. Okay, so we're gonna go to save. And then we're gonna go to this. And we're gonna go to this. And edit analysis. And then we're going to add filter, and then is prompted. Yes. It's very exciting, guys. This is my first from scratch prompt. So if we get it to work for Laura, that would be exciting. Okay, so process, it is not missing. Apply. Ta-ding! And she can even then also say it's not on loan. So hopefully that reflects a stack of Chromebooks that are sitting someplace.
That looks pretty close.
Cool. So then I was also going to do a try and figure out how to do a side-by-side column. So you had like the snapshot of numbers over here, and then like the list of barcodes that you could like filter out, so you could see exactly which items are what. So now that we've figured out the promptness, okay, we want another column. Okay, I want it here, and then I want in it oh, let's just start from scratch. So I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to create an analysis, and I want it based on physical items. And we want the barcode, and we don't need the number of items because each barcode will be unique. And then we can want the holding details. Just need a title field here. Bibliographic details. Oh. Okay. And then we're gonna filter this. I did contains any Chromebook. And then, and we'll go ahead and keep this in here so that we know that whether the barcode goes with, you know, the work first Chromebook or a power supply, etc. And then this is where someone with a little more Circ experience can probably help me out, because I have not run a bunch of Circ analytics, but I think we'll start with fulfillment. And then I wonder if we can get due date on here. And so like, if any of you have seen me do these before, you know I throw all kinds of things in here just to see what's gonna work.
Process status under loan details can sometimes be helpful.
Yeah, we do want that one again because we're gonna want the ones that are loaned. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, or
Let's make
maybe it's loan status. Check and see
Uh,
if there's a loan status versus a process.
Process status. Okay. Process status. Lost normal. Yeah. Okay. Loan status. Loan status. Okay. Let's just see what pops up. It's gonna be a long list because it's got all those barcodes. And we've got policy name is all 12-week loan. Cool. So we probably don't. Oh, we have a 1-week loan in here, JK. We have due date.
Oh, and and if something has checked out multiple times, that's showing up in the loan status.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back because loan status seems like it might be something we want to filter for, but don't necessarily need to see. And I was thinking, okay. Loan service, renewal, return, got loan date, due date. So, and
oh, borrower details. It's in. I think
okay, yeah, I was like, where can we
removed at some point?
We want user, I can't ever remember whether user group or user type. Okay, that's okay. User type's the external, internal. Don't need that one. Okay, so now we have a report with almost no filtering on it that at least is showing us whether it's a student who has it out or a staff person. Now I know that some students may end up getting switched to staff user group because they are working on campus. And if there is nothing in here, do we think that means these are the ones that are not checked out? No, that can't be right because it's got a due date that's out a ways. This one has a due date that was in the past, so maybe that one's not checked out. Or maybe this one already got returned. Circ folks, any idea how we might run a report on ones that are currently, we need the process type from physical item from holding details, I think, because that's the one. Nope, it's not in this one, but that's the one we filtered in the other report to get the missing.
I think if you filter for loan status equals active, I think that will give you all the things that are currently checked out. And if Renton is doing anonymization, like maybe the things where the user group was showing up blank is because the loan is in the past and has been anonymized, maybe?
That's possible, but we also have a group of students in a where we have to fill in the record, and I suspect that sometimes they are not, our library staff are not filling in user group. Although I don't know that that's possible now that I think about it.
So you might need to do a report, like just a normal standard cleanup report every so often of here are all the patrons who don't have a user
group.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, well, this is process type is not missing. So now at least we've got those. And what were you saying for loan status active?
Yeah, in the loan details folder, there's a loan status, and I think the options are active, complete, or none. And I think if you filter for loan status is active, yeah, then loan status active would be all the things that are currently checked out.
Okay. So, well, then process type would be redundant because nothing in missing will have a loan status of active. And if we filtered this, we don't need it. Okay, barcode, title. I'm wondering if due date is just the situation. But I'm curious. Okay, so these are the active ones. This one is overdue. We still have some that are missing user group. But let's go ahead and get this saved. And we're gonna save it. Okay, we're gonna save this under Chromebook borrowers or borrowing. Okay. And then we could also go ahead and do user group is prompted. and add a prompt so that you could run a report on the faculty or staff that are checking them out. Okay, so now dashboard. Don't really need this one. All right, now should be over here and I can drag that report over. And but we have a prompted filter. So we're gonna need to create that prompt. Let's see if it runs without it at all. Okay, it does. You just can't filter it. But so these are all the checked out ones. Cool, cool, cool. And what we can do in the layout here is instead of having the title visible as Chromebook borrowing, even though we know that's the name of the report, in the results, you can actually take out this title right here, or you can edit it. So you don't have to do the display safe name. We can say Chromebooks checked out. And this subtitle will say by barcode. Barcade. I do love a good barcade. Done. And now when we look on our dashboard, it has that nice little useful explanation of what it is we're looking at. Okay, so now we can add the prompt directly on this one. Column prompt, and we want it on the, what did we say, username? And we can just say, yeah, is equal to input voice list, and I'm going to say include all column values so that we can check that out, see who's what. And so if we do check boxes instead of choice list, I believe it should show all of them right away. If we do radio buttons, it will only show one type of user at a time. Just do choice list, save, return to available equipment. Okay, so now okay, let's see how many of those were null. Okay, so when the prompt is inside the analysis and you put it in the dashboard, it's not going to show any kind of data until you enter that prompt. And then it looks like it is taking you to like a separate page. It's not opening it in the dashboard. But now we know that Laura has 12 barcodes that she can look up and find out who has them and why they don't have a user group. And I don't think I like it like this. I don't know, Laura, technically this is your dashboard, so you can tell me what you would like it to look like. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the prompt out of the analysis and make it separately, so that we don't have just a invisible data thing.
Our people don't actually care if stuff is checked out. They want to know the number of items that are Chromebooks that are available in the library right now.
Okay.
This is their heartfelt desire.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And if we want that one, then we want, okay, so I'm gonna save this one. But it's not really, and I'm gonna get rid of the user group prompted. Since it's not the primary thing that you guys want, let's make a what's available, and I'm going to base that on the last one, the Chromebooks available analysis, and just do a slight variation on it. So this time we can do, I'm going to take that out, and nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Didn't save it. Okay. So we want to change this to the process type is not missing. And instead of showing the process type, we want to add the that fulfillment scope of loan status, and that was in loan details. And this one we're going to do is not equal to active. So this should give us 4 lines, a number, and the number should be what's available. I'm going to save as, because this is actually Chromebooks available for loan, or would you prefer to say on shelf or loan? Or Chromebooks on shelf? And yeah, that's not right. All right, that's the wrong one.
Could I share my screen real quick?
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta change the settings. Okay.
So we've got an equipment dashboard already, and it's got the table that breaks things down by, do we think they're on the shelf? Are they lost? Are they on loan? like Laura, is this layout useful? And then in addition to that table with the numbers, we've also got some pie charts that will show us like half of the Chromebooks we have are checked out. And that helps IT staff knowing when they need to order more.
I love this. Kirsty, you make me like struggle for 40 minutes and then you're like, look at this beautiful dashboard we have.
Sorry.
No, it's great. Hopefully we all like learned a little bit. And what I can do is I can copy this lovely dashboard and make sure that it's a bit more it's generically created, filtered enough that it is usable at other institutions.
Right.
So so it is your IT services equipment dashboard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and you'll definitely have to customize it because we have some really weird things going on behind the scenes with locations and libraries at the time of checkout versus now, and it's
Okay.
but like I think that the basic framework might.
Oh yeah, this is great. Well, and honestly, I probably could have found this, but without going through all the troubleshooting of writing the prompt and doing the report based on Renton's system, I wouldn't have known necessarily how to customize it in a more generic way anyway,
Right,
because I wouldn't have known what was relevant.
Yeah, like that whole process has been really helpful.
Okay, I think I missed some chats, but oh yeah, the pivot table view. You know how I like a good pivot table.
Yeah, so this IT equipment status thing right here, that's a pivot table view, which lets you get those that process type column across the top.
Yeah, so for those of you who maybe don't know what Kirsty is referring to, if you go into your analysis and you choose your criteria and then you click on results, you can add views. So the default view is a table, but along the top it says there's an add view, a new view, and you can choose table, pivot table, tree map, heat matrix, graphs, and so you can add a pivot table and then see what that looks like. You can also like then add those graphs. It gives you options of graphs, bar, line, area, pie, etc. And that makes it so that when it pops up on your dashboard, you get all of these layout options that Kirsty's showing us here, and you can edit what's in the rows, and you can edit the label columns if you need to. I mean, you can get some real fancy ones that are nice and clean, as we see here. Which, speaking of other thing that I learned today, the age of collection dashboard. I'm going to share again real quick before we leave today. Yep, that's what I want to share. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open. And Laura, I will set you up with something as a derivative of the beautiful Seattle one. However, I want to share with you guys, I did make a tiny little edit since Tuesday to the statistics dashboard that I said, oh no, I won't make any edits to this. You'll just get a totally new rollout. So statistics reporting dashboards, the statistics dashboard. Oh, good grief. Fine. Better make sure I stay in here, sorry. Okay, so am I in the right one? Yes, okay. So in the age of collections, and this has only so far been fixed in Dewey, but I had said that, oh, these measures are deprecated. No, they were not. They were custom measures. And when I actually got in and figured out how that formula was written, I was able to add a 2020 and later. So now the Dewey age of collection includes the details for the books with publication date post 2020. So then you can see with ebooks that was 6,000-ish that we were missing prior to adding this 2020 column. For age of the collection on the Library of Congress one, it's totally set up different. I don't know why. But it got a so for physical, it's got the 2020s. And then in ebook, I just haven't gotten to this one quite yet because the formula was written differently because it's set up differently. So as soon as I figure out how these formulas were constructed, I'll go ahead and do a 2010s and then a 2020s. And they will both be updated. They're still not great because I hate that they're built differently. But at least they'll function and you'll know what books you have that are your newest. So yeah, that was my fun figure out moment on that one. So oh, okay, so the chart in that equipment dashboard that Seattle uses that shows the usage by quarter. Kirsty has noted in chat that she does have to go in and edit it every quarter to add the next quarter. And we can put internal notes in a shared dashboard with how to do that because she has the written instructions for it. So, well, this was very fun, and I thank you all for joining me on this dashboard adventure. And yeah, I'm gonna get this equipment one into our statistics dashboards folder in Whack-A-Click as soon as I get it genericized. That's not a word, but and then it'll be one more tool that you can use. Next week, there is a February release coming. So I'm gonna put together notes on what the February release is gonna do and how it affects us. And then I have a few other kind of just general updates and housekeepings things. And hopefully, I keep saying it, but I'm gonna get the website rolled out. I just really excited about analytics this week, and so that's what I did. Yes, everyone have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday. I will stop recording, and if anyone wants to hang out and ask a question.